Things keep getting worse for the Boston Celtics. As of last night, we all know that Jayson Tatum had an injury keeping him off the court for the rest of the game. And now we know what that injury was. Is it something that's going to linger into next season for Boston? And what do they have to worry about looking forward with no Jayson Tatum in this playoffs, as well as he has been one of their best players, and he showed it last night playing one of his best games until that injury. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video here on Celtics Digest. I'm Patrick Billings, and guys, I'm going to be blatantly honest. This is a rough video. Something a lot of Celtics fans definitely did not want to hear on the news on Jayson Tatum. Even if you're Jayson Tatum fans, you're not happy, or if you're an NBA fan who just loves a superstar, who just loves playing the game the right way, doesn't really miss a lot of games, and just always there playing the game of basketball. It's Jayson Tatum in this injury, as we all know, as he went down and did not return to last night's game. And the Boston Celtics ended up losing that game and going down 3-1 to the New York Knicks. And like I said, this is not a very easy one to deal with, guys, as this is absolutely heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking in every possible way that you can think of. As an NBA fan, a teammate of Jayson Tatum, family member, friends, everything. This is just heartbreaking for every single thing that has to do with Jayson Tatum. As we got some news today. Finally got some news. It was a very long night and morning waiting for an update on Jayson Tatum. And what was that update? Well, not a very fun one to talk about. As we see here from the Boston Celtics, Jayson Tatum today underwent successful surgery to repair a ruptured right Achilles tendon. No timeable is currently available for his return, but he is expected to make a full recovery. Further updates will be provided when appropriate. And guys, this is just awful news, especially with a guy like Jayson Tatum, who is a very likable player in the NBA, whether people like to hate on him or not, because he doesn't have some sort of swagger to him. I mean, he's never dealt with any wrongdoings in the NBA. He's playing the game the right way, playing hard, as we saw last night, as he went absolutely crazy. And it just stinks to see things end this way. And there's a lot of things that come with this injury as well, which we will talk about a little bit more in the end of the video here. But I mean, this is just not a sight that you want to see as a Boston Celtics fan and a fan of Jayson Tatum, as he was having an incredible season, as we all know. And Jayson Tatum is a true Iron Man, as he says here by Riley's Vetter. Just a little bit of a Celtics fan Twitter account here. But he played in over 92% of his career games, missed his first playoff game last round, and had only missed back-to-back games once in his career due to an injury. This world is just cruel, man. And I mean, it's just unbelievable. Jayson Tatum has been able to be one of the most available players in the NBA, of course, behind Mikal Bridges, who hasn't missed a game since high school. But, I mean, other than that, Jayson Tatum, what he's been able to do, playing at his level and being able to play in all these games, it's just something that you would have never expected to happen as a Celtics fan. Jayson Tatum just always seemed to be there. He was always going to show up on the court every single night. And now what this looks like is that we are not going to see him for about a year. We all know how this Achilles injury has been kind of turning the tides in sports with a lot of different athletes. And we know what everything goes into with this injury. And it's not a fun one to recover from, whether it's just physically and mentally. And it's something that Jayson Tatum's going to have to battle. And this is something that the Celtics really need to think about going forward. And let's just look at Jayson Tatum's game right before he was injured. 42 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 made three-pointers. And this was in 40 minutes of play. He also had 4 steals, 2 blocks, 4 assists, shooting 57% from the field. I mean, he was just having an absolute masterclass of a game. And for it to end the way that it did, it's just terrible. Honestly, you really just feel for the guy. He was really the only one showing up last night. It felt like he couldn't miss. He had the hot hand, and the game was in his hands. And then once he went down, the game was out of the Celtics' hands entirely, and you just start thinking about the future. And it's really hard to think about Wednesday night's game back in TD Garden if the Celtics are to be able to play, kind of extend the series. And that's just not something that's really going through your mind with a guy like this kind of going down. I know it's definitely not been going through my mind, but I'm really hoping JT is going to be able to bounce back and be stronger than ever. And then just a little stat sheet here on Jayson Tatum's season as a whole. This season, Jayson Tatum averaged 26.8 points per game, 8.7 rebounds a game, 6 assists, and 1.1 steals per game. And he led the Celtics in points per game, rebounds a game, and assists per game. And Jayson Tatum as a whole, even the defensive stats aren't showing. You know how great of a defender he is and how well he can play, whether the stats show it or not. But the Celtics have a lot to think about going forward now. There's a lot of things that Bruce and I did kind of go over in yesterday's video. If you guys did not catch that post-game video, go ahead and check it out. We did a lot of talking on that, but I kind of want to bring it into this one as well. Kind of just what the Celtics' future looks like without Jayson Tatum now that we know that his Achilles injury. Well, you got to think first. The Achilles injury is about 9 months to a year, and you think about where the Celtics are at right now, a year later, in the second round of the playoffs. Is there a chance that Jayson Tatum can be ready for next year's playoffs? My delusion tells me yes, but will that happen? I'm not too sure. The Celtics have a lot of guys on some really tough contracts, and it seems like a window has opened for the Boston Celtics to kind of get off of a couple of these guys and really just retool this lineup and get ready for the year after, to get ready for Jayson Tatum being fully healthy. And I'm sure the Celtics are not going to rush him back at all. We know how the Celtics are with these guys. They keep a lot of things silent in the background, so I would like to think that during the year, a lot of the working out process with Jayson Tatum is going to be a little bit silent, and it's going to be a lot of silent work until he's really ramping it up is when we're going to start kind of hearing a lot more things, and that's just a really classic type of Celtics way to kind of go about things. But I'm really hoping that Jayson Tatum is going to be able to come back strong and really push for that MVP as he's really starting to enter his prime. 27 years old, and he's accomplished so much already, and he's going to accomplish a lot more in his career when he bounces back from this Achilles injury. And what the Celtics are going to look like too when they bounce back from this injury. There's a lot of things to talk about in the future, but the Celtics have a game to look ahead at on Wednesday, hoping that they could still get it done and prove a lot of people wrong that maybe they don't need Jayson Tatum and they have Jaylen Brown who's able to step up. But guys, there's going to be a lot to talk about with Celtics basketball in the next couple of months. But if you like this video, please drop a like on the video and hit a subscribe button. You love what Bruce and I are doing here on Celtics Digest. And drop a comment. I would love to see what you guys think about what the Celtics are going to do going forward with Jayson Tatum being out for about the whole season. That's really just what you have to think about, that whole season missing, even if they do make the playoffs. Who knows what the Celtics team's going to look like? Let me know in the comments below, guys. And with that being said, have a good rest of your night, and go Boston Celtics.